In this episode, we're unpacking that viral moment between B. Simone and her friend and talking about why money doesn't protect you from pain. Welcome to my first episode, Facts Over Feelings, the space where we deal in truth, not triggers. So I started this podcast because I got tired of the fake outrage, the fake Christianity, and the very real bullying we see online. One of the main people I see this happens to is B. Simone. And today we're diving into this episode where she sat down with one of her friends and the backlash to follow. People dragged her because she didn't show up during her friend's financial struggles. But is that even fair? Are we really listening or just reacting with bias? So before we get into that, let's start with the most recent thing with B. Simone. Not even with her, what people are trying to make it about her. So what Pretty Vee said versus what y'all wanted to hear. Pretty Vee made a post that said, so what if you're not married yet? So what if you're still healing? So what if your business failed? So what if you lost a friend? So what if people don't like you? This was a general post speaking life into women going through any kind of shift, people going through any kind of shift. But the internet twisted and it said, she's talking about B. Simone. If she was, I would have took that as something positive. But y'all said that, why? Because y'all don't listen. Y'all assume, project, and twist people's words to feed your own need for drama. That post wasn't shade. That was a spiritual encouragement. Y'all turned motivation into manipulation because of your own bias. That says more about you than it does about her. So let's get into this Megan Ashley friendship breakup that happened. That was a mutual friendship breakup. This is where it all started. Let's get this clear. This is the only official friendship, like real friendship breakup. And that wasn't fully drama. Again, they were going through a phase spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Their friendship wasn't aligning anymore. They both expressed love. They both were hurting, but they chose peace and distance. The internet saw Megan quote God, getting closer to God, seeing her journey, and automatically said, oh, she's the real one. And then y'all turned around and said, B. Simone spiritual walk? No, not so much. It's fake. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. Let's talk about hypocrisy. Y'all don't get to judge someone's Christianity just because it doesn't look like yours. Newsflash, trying doesn't mean fake. And you being judgmental doesn't make you holy. It makes you loud and wrong. Now, regardless if y'all want to admit it or not, maybe y'all haven't really been through anything. I don't know, but real friendship goes through shifts, phases, growing pains. This is where so many people miss the point. In both situations, even with Megan and the current friend that she recently did the episode with, B. Simone was going through a shift. Sometimes in life, friendships change not because of hate, not because of betrayal, but because you're in a different place emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. You're growing, you're learning boundaries, you're setting limits, and that doesn't always align with who your friends are at the time. That's not being a bad friend, that's being honest about your capacity. That's it. Money doesn't protect you from pain. Let's talk about the friend that was going through the financial struggle. Now, she was going through her financial struggle, and during the same time, around the same time, B. Simone felt like her friend wasn't showing up for her. Whether she wanted her to, needed her to, expected her to. She was questioning their friendship, just as well as the friend questioning the friendship. But the thing about the friend is there are some things that B. Simone didn't know. So during that podcast, she asked her clarifying questions right there on the podcast, because it wasn't a conversation they had before. So this is my thing. People act like she has money. Because she has money, she's supposed to just know and fix everything. But guess what? Money doesn't cancel emotional overwhelm. It doesn't make you a mind reader. And it doesn't replace support when you need it. When you're spiritually and mentally drained, it doesn't replace that. Assumptions without communication, it can equal chaos if you let it. If you don't tell you, and this is for both of them, what I'm about to say, if you don't tell your friend how you feel, how can you be mad when they don't show up the way you want it? Right? So with the friend, she never expressed the full weight of what she was feeling or going through. And yet B. Simone still got labeled as the villain. We gotta stop acting like people are fake because they didn't feel our struggle. Sometimes you weren't real with them, sometimes you didn't speak up. And now, guess what? You can't be upset for what you're going through. And this isn't even speaking on a friend, because she said what she needed to say and said she felt she needed to go through it. It's the public with this upset and saying, well, I couldn't have a B. Simone as a friend. I wouldn't want her as a friend. Well, maybe you really aren't friends, because it's not love. That's emotional immaturity right there. The fake Christianity is real out. Here's what rubs me the wrong way. Y'all judge B. Simone's faith, but praise someone else because they quoted more scripture, but your spiritual walk isn't a contest. B. Simone is trying, and she's seeking God in her own way. She's setting boundaries. She's protecting her peace. And y'all are online dragging her like you're God's favorite, just because you think it doesn't make it true. Just because you think it. And just because you scream scripture doesn't mean your heart is clean. Spiritual maturity is measured in grace, not judgment. And a lot of y'all have failed that test. Now, this kind of goes into the mental health and bullying phase to me. Well, it's not a phase because it's been going on for a while, and it's not a game. If B. Simone were to harm herself, y'all would act shocked. You post fake prayers, say she seemed fine, post mental health awareness like you did spend years calling her fake, dramatic, or manipulative. But the truth is, y'all are bullies. You hide behind opinions and discernment, making someone a target. And one day it might be you. One day you'll be the one judged unfairly while silently breaking. Don't be the reason someone's silence becomes permanent. That's what it's giving. Let's be clear. Let me leave you with this. Friendships shift, and that's okay. People isolate when they're healing, and that's okay. People don't always show up the way you want them to. That's okay. But what's not okay is judging someone's whole spirit just because they didn't meet your unspoken expectations. Assuming someone is fake because they didn't break down the way you wanted them to. Invalidating someone's pain just because they have a platform or a bank account. If you can't hold space for other people's growth spiritually, emotionally, mentally, then maybe you're not the friend you think that you are. This was episode 1, Effects Over Feelings. And if it hit you in your chest, good. That means you're doing something right. Go ahead and share this with the strong friend, with the judged friend, with the misunderstood friend. And don't forget to subscribe, follow, and drop your thoughts. Until next time, keep it real and keep it facts over feelings.